WWE Hall of Famer Paul Heyman has been a pivotal part of the Bloodline ever since its formation, as he has been serving as the Wiseman of the Samoan faction since then. However, things have taken a dramatic shift within the faction ever since Roman Reigns went on a hiatus and Solo Sikoa presided over as the leader of the stable. Heyman and Sikoa do not seem to be on the same page, as there have been tensions between the two. The 58-year-old veteran does not seemingly agree with the Enforcer's ideologies and what the latter has been doing in Reigns' absence. Regardless, the Wiseman has been bound with the group due to his trepidation. It could be a matter of time before Paul Heyman gets kicked out of the Bloodline, as Solo Sikoa may not be able to stand him. Let's look at 3 names who can potentially replace Heyman as the Bloodline's new Wiseman. Number 3. WWE legend Haku. One of the prominent names that can be the best replacement for Paul Heyman within the Bloodline is WWE legend Haku. Since he has a personal connection with the members of the Samoan faction, the 65-year-old could become the Wiseman of the Solo Sikoa-led faction if Heyman is kicked out of the stable. For those unaware, Tama Tonga and Tongaloa are the sons of Haku, as they belong to the Tongan bloodline. Therefore, their real-life relationship could make it an ideal scenario for the pro wrestling veteran to manage the heel faction under Solo Sikoa's leadership. This will add a new dimension to the Bloodline saga, which is currently being led by the Enforcer, and potentially create a compelling scenario. Number 2. WWE Superstar MVP. MVP is one of the names who could be eligible to become the Wiseman of Solo Sikoa's new Bloodline. The 50-year-old is a veteran in the industry and is a connoisseur when it comes to managing superstars and elevating them on the roster. Therefore, he could do the same with the Bloodline, but in a new role. MVP could replace Paul Heyman, reside over as the new Wiseman of the heel faction, and take the stable to new heights. MVP's alliance may prove to be one of the best decisions and could benefit Solo Sikoa, thus guiding him to the right path. This will pave the way for a compelling storyline on SmackDown. 1. WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi. One of the best possible names to replace Paul Heyman and become the new Wiseman of the Bloodline is Rikishi. The WWE Hall of Famer is a member of the legendary Anoa'i family and is also Solo Sikoa's father, which would pave the way for an authentic storyline to emerge in the Stamford-based promotion. While speaking on his Rikishi Fatu Off the Top podcast recently, the Samoan Stinker also expressed the possibility of replacing Paul Heyman in the new Bloodline, led by his son. The 58-year-old becoming the Wiseman of the heel faction could give rise to a new chapter of the Bloodline and sow the seeds for the great battle of the Samoans. Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, and Tongaloa could officially form a new Bloodline, with Rikishi as their Wiseman. On the other hand, Roman Reigns could return to WWE and reunite with the Usos alongside Paul Heyman to confront the new faction that Sikoa formed in his absence. This could herald the Bloodline Civil War and mark a new chapter in the ongoing saga, which will be etched in the pages of history. This storyline could transcend the heights of pro wrestling and give rise to unprecedented things. In the heart of the wrestling world, where alliances are forged and betrayals are commonplace, there exists a sacred bond known as the Bloodline. Led by the charismatic and cunning Paul Heyman, the Bloodline has reigned supreme over the wrestling scene for years. But as Heyman's influence begins to wane, whispers of discontent ripple through the ranks. Enter 3 stars, each with their own unique blend of talent, charisma, and ambition, vying for the coveted role of the Bloodline's new Wiseman. As tensions mount and alliances shift, the fate of the Bloodline hangs in the balance. 1. The Machiavellian mastermind, Triple H. With a career spanning decades, Triple H has proven himself to be a master strategist both inside and outside the ring. As the COO of WWE, he has a keen understanding of the inner workings of the industry and knows how to manipulate them to his advantage. With his imposing presence and ruthless demeanor, Triple H is a force to be reckoned with. But beneath his cold exterior lies a cunning mind that is always one step ahead of his opponents. 2. The enigmatic enforcer, Aleister Black. With his dark and brooding persona, Aleister Black cuts an imposing figure in the world of professional wrestling. Trained in the art of combat sports and well-versed in the occult, Black brings a sense of mystique and danger to the Bloodline. His silent demeanor belies a fierce intellect and unwavering loyalty to those he deems worthy. As the Bloodline's enforcer, Black strikes fear into the hearts of their enemies and ensures that their reign remains unchallenged. 3. The charming manipulator. The Miz, known for his silver tongue and larger-than-life personality, The Miz is a master manipulator who knows how to work a crowd and bend them to his will. With his background in reality television and Hollywood, The Miz brings a level of celebrity and intrigue to the Bloodline that is unmatched. But don't let his flashy exterior fool you. Beneath the surface lies a calculating mind that is always plotting his next move. As the Bloodline's wiseman, The Miz uses his charm and wit to outsmart his opponents and secure victory for his allies. As the battle for supremacy rages on, the Bloodline must choose wisely if they are to maintain their dominance in the cutthroat world of professional wrestling. With Triple H's cunning, Aleister Black's strength, and The Miz's charisma, the Bloodline has a formidable trio of stars poised to lead them into a new era of greatness. But only time will tell if they have what it takes to fill the shoes of the legendary Paul Heyman and cement their place in wrestling history.